Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball, HTB. Hope all is well. Thanks again guys for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. Look, if you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Be part of the Hold the Ball journey as we just go on and upwards, and again, just talk all things rugby league. But look, without further ado, I hope you guys are well. I've got head up to make. Pass me the ball. So welcome to another episode of Lights Turned Off, where I look at the Warriors through an analytical lens. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And I give you guys my thoughts as well as the stats as we talk about the player stats as well as the team stats. And then I give you guys some sort of discussions at the end to have a think about. And also my best, so like my top three. And maybe just a little mini preview into the Broncos as we suit up against them this coming Sunday. So look, the Warriors beat the Bulldogs 24 points to 10 in a game that I can probably summate as good enough. Could have done better, I think, is probably the best way to sort of talk about it. But yeah, look, we'll get into the player stats. So for the most run meters, we had Phenol Blake with a whopping 212 run meters. He was superb, but I'll get there after. Post-contact meters again was Phenol Blake with 102. And the tackle breaks we had was Marcelo Montoya with 5. And the most tackles was Josh Curran with 42. And the no-miss tackles plus tackles was Untitled with a whopping 39 tackles and no misses. 100% efficiency. You can't complain there. And lastly was the line breaks, and that was Josh Curran with 3 line breaks. And as we move on to the team stats, again, where I believe the story is told, I'm going to be going Warriors first and then Bulldogs. But the errors was 12 to 9. So again, Warriors, we still, we had 3 more errors on top of the Bulldogs. So again, just showing that discipline, we still need to work on it. Against a better team, I'm sure we would have been punished as we have been in the past. But thankfully, the defense was on point, which is a point I'll be talking about later on. The errors, so the penalty, was 2 to 9. And again, as Bulldog fans, you can probably look at that and complain. However, in saying that, a lot of the penalties were black and white. They were very clear to see. Obviously, a few head highs and a few, strips, illegal strips. It wasn't really something you should be complaining about, from my perspective anyway. But I suppose it's easier for me to say. The missed tackles was 18 to 33. Again, sort of showing you the vast difference there in tackling. Apologies. And the possession was 50% both ways, which is, I don't think it's something you really see happening in the NRL too much. So very rare stat, that one there, but 50-50 down the middle. So again, both teams had fair share of the ball, quite literally, down the middle. I suppose the Warriors obviously just made most of it. Being able to execute it where it really mattered the most. And the completions was 76 Warriors to 82 Bulldogs. Warriors can do a lot better. They're definitely a team that can produce a lot more, but definitely go 80% more. So to see that is quite surprising. But again, it's about making the most of what you have. And so we had the tackle breaks was 33 Warriors, 18 the Bulldogs. And the tackles, surprisingly enough, was Warriors at 349 and then the Bulldogs at 379. So Bulldogs making 30 more tackles, considering the scoreline, not too far out there. So it's quite surprising to see how that sort of worked out. But again, I sort of think the ultimate way to describe that was just the Warriors just made do with what they had. And again, defensively held up the Bulldogs. So as I sort of go there, I also want to sort of mention my best on ground. So going from 3, 2, and 1 being the top. First, I'm going to be, so at number 3, I've got Ewan Aiken. Again, 39 tackles, no misses. He has been so efficient on defense and the edge, as well as the attacking side of things. The Bulldogs did well to close him. However, he still had the last say. Again, just that transition, he has done it so well and so efficiently, as I said before. Kudos to Ewan Aiken, who keeps on having great games on a continual basis, and obviously this sort of builds up confidence. this builds up confidence in the team and in him and in the position he's in. And I heard, reading an article recently that it wasn't by choice, but it was a reluctant sort of a move on his behalf. However, I think it's paid dividends, and I don't see him moving from that position. It's pretty safe to say that he has that second row position locked up, and now it's just a battle for to see who has the other one. That's just the way it goes, but our competition is healthy. Number 2, I have Phenol, the captain of the team. Again, 200 plus run meters, 200 and 100 plus post contact meters. When we need someone to push us forward, he's the go-to guy. Things were a bit stagnant when he came back from injury. However, he has picked up from where he left off prior to injury, and he's just been showing again why he is such a highly regarded prop in regards to the work rate, the work ethic, and again, just producing it all in the field. And I'm not going to talk too much on him because I've got some discussion points there, but good stuff. So he earns second place. And the first place, Josh Curran. Again, 42 tackles, one try assist. Arguably the best player on the ground yesterday. Well, I think he was anyway. Just so superb. I can't talk highly of him. There's too much of me to say if I do. So I think I'll keep it short and sweet. Just an amazing player who is taking advantage of, I guess, a period in his sporting, in the Warriors season life, should I say, to learn, to hone his craft and to come back without complaining, but to, put the headgear on, so to speak, and just, head down, bum up sort of mentality. And it's just paid absolute dividends, and their hard work is absolutely recognized. And without Josh Curran there, I feel nervous now, to be honest with you. Whereas before he was, when he sort of started, you were like, oh, okay, whatever, he's in, he's not. Whereas now, at this point of his career, I'm not happy if I don't see his name on display on Team List Tuesday. So again, that's a huge compliment to someone who continues to show and improve. And if he keeps doing this as I mentioned before, he definitely has a representative career ahead of him, I think anyway. So keep it up. Again, such a good player. So brilliant to have him in the team. That's great. But those are my top 3. So again, kudos to Aitken, Phenol, and Josh Curran, and noticeable mentions to Jazz Tavanga as well as Bunty R4. So yeah, guys, that is sort of like my summation there from the player stats as well as the team stats. Now we're going to go into some thoughts. So I mentioned his name before, but I'll say it again just quickly. Ewan Aitken, superb, absolutely superb. He is so good on the defensive end as well. We need someone to tidy up our edge there, and he does it so well. Obviously, you can say as a center, he's just as efficient. But I mean, just one position in does so much for us because he closes the gaps or the potential sort of runs before anything sort of unfolds. So again, just massive kudos and massive reps to him. Another sort of discussion point I want to talk about too is O'Sullivan and his slow climb, in terms of a player being able to sort of hold the ground, so to speak, there and hold the ball, really, ultimately. His recent performances have been a lot better collectively than what he has produced, I guess more early in the season, and showing us why he wants to play. I'm going to assume that there's definitely a drive and an urge for him to perform well. Sometimes it's the more desperate players that actually do deliver the better results because he's got a lot to lose, right? Now, I'm not saying in terms of spot potentially, but there is a contract on the line here. I'm not too sure, but in saying that, I definitely believe he deserves that backup halfback position. I do hope we sign him again. And, because Sean Johnson coming in next year and it's all going to well, don't get me wrong, but there's also that chance of injury. And I think that Sean O'Sullivan will be a great backup. But in saying that, for what he's doing now, you can't complain there. Him and Shania Harris-Tavita are just absolutely gelling so well, and he's matured so much in his game, so big reps to him. Phenol, beast mode is the way I describe him. He is just an amazing player. And the captaincy role too, I think, is where I particularly want to sort of angle this. He's taking that on board in such a positive way. Some players sort of take on the captaincy role and probably for some reason I don't know, add more pressure on them mentally than they have to. Whereas he's just sort of seen it, accepted it, and he's actually used it as a tool to play better and actually mature more in his game. And as a person, you can see it. And I just appreciated just what he did against the Bulldogs there. And that moment where, Ryan James sort of picks up Chanel Harris-Tavita, slams him, power bombs him, man, Batista style. And, you get Reece Walsh coming in there and good on him, It's about the heart, the heart there, and he displayed it. And then as soon as Ryan James gets up, you see Tevanga, and then you see the captain and Phenol rushing in there to, defend their turf, defend their boys, and that's what a captain does. Hey, that's what a captain does. You show it on the field, you show it verbally, which is what he's been doing, and hey, when the good old knuckles are clenched, he's there as well, and you can't complain there. This has been such a positive transformation for him as a person, on and off the field. I'm assuming that captaincy role, from my personal opinion, I hope he doesn't get that taken away from him. I'm really hoping the boys, the board, as well as, Brown and the boys, stick with him there, because 110% he deserves that role. All right, just another talking point as well is that Townsend Dilemma. So he is back, right, next week, or should I say tomorrow. Where to put him? What do we do there? There's a lot of answers there, but I'll give you guys just something there to think about as to what you do with Chad Townsend. Now, I'm assuming he won't be named to start or to be in the bench. Might be reserved possibly, but yeah, food for thought. Another sort of talking point as well is that Reece Walsh as well as Chanel Harris-Tavita combo, and I mentioned the little dust up there before, but again, it's just so great to see those boys gel well, and for Reece Walsh to defend Chanel Harris-Tavita the way he did, it's one of those moments where you're just really proud. Again, not endorsing violence, but just to see Reece Walsh, small as he is, to just have that heart to, toss him, and stand up for Chanel Harris-Tavita. It just shows you there's a bond there, and it's so good to see. One thing I definitely am very pleased to see as a Warriors fan is the bond that the boys have with each other. There's definitely that brotherhood, that companionship, like that I'll die for you on the field type mentality, and it's so good to have it there, and the results are showing. But again, obviously through the tough times too, you can say that a lot of good is built during those times, right? It's normally those moments where you get close with your brothers there. So yeah, but again, that little try they had as well, it just seems like something that only they could sort of conjure up themselves. And I'm sure there's probably more tricks there, but again, just kudos to both those players and Chanel Harris-Tavita as well, who is growing into that position as a sort of 5'8", and I'm appreciating him more. He's maturing up as well, and he also had no misses too. I believe he had 20 tackles. So again, good play overall. And just the last sort of 2 points to talk about. Marcelo Montoya, surprise package, right? Such an underrated buy. However, disclaimer: you don't put him at center, right? You leave him at the wing there, and he'll give you the best there. But I mean, overall, just the way he's been playing has been so good, so terrific, so positive. And for the Warriors, we need that sort of player. And he puts his hand up every single time. He doesn't back away from anything. And clearly did it again last, our game against the Bulldogs. But just absolutely pleased with what he's doing. So keep it up, Montoya. And so the last little bit before I have a little preview against the Broncos. So look, we're versing the Broncos, right? Potentially looking down to 4 wins in a row. Now, touch wood. I'm not going to, jinx us here, but it's going to be a bit of a tough game, I think. It's not going to be the easiest game. Broncos definitely have a lot to fight for, and they did well against the Roosters and probably unlucky to lose that game, possibly by 1 point. But in saying that as well, Warriors were on the up there, so it's all up to us. But look, in saying that, anything can happen, right? I just hope something good happens. But look, overall, this has been Lights Turned Off, where I see the Warriors when the lights are turned off, right? And I guess in saying that, after sort of having my little spiel there, when the lights are turned off, I think the Warriors can be very proud of what's happening. May it continue. But look, guys, in saying that, thanks again, guys, for sticking out this long. You're great if you've actually been listening up to this point. take it easy, and yeah, I think the Warriors know how to hold the ball. You guys too. Take it easy. See you guys next time.